Hello once again, everybody. Back at Central State University, we have the opportunity now to visit with Donna Kuykendall. Donna, what's your title here at Central State?
I am a regional program assistant for the Expanded Food Nutrition Education Program.
Well, that makes me maybe tired just listening to.
I know it's a lot. It's a mouthful.
What does that? What kind of responsibilities does that mean?
Well, what that means is that I'm essentially an educator. I teach nutrition education to adults and both youth. F&F is what we refer to it as. But the Expanded Food Nutrition Education Program is one of the 2 grants offered by the U.S. Department of Agriculture to address nutrition, food security, food safety, and a few other things.
Okay, that's more and more in the news all the time because they're especially with where the economy is and where the food is and where the food's going to be.
That's right. You're absolutely right. And so my job, I'm very intentional on helping folks understand what nutrition is, but understand it in a simple way. And then also to help them understand how they can be really efficient with their resources, that they can stretch their dollar, but at the same time remaining very healthy, healthy in their practices is really what I like to say. It's one thing to know what we're supposed to do. We all know how to eat right, or we should be eating right, but we always don't. So my goal is to try to motivate, try to make it easy and simple, so that's really doable.
Some people, and I've had discussions like this about, we seem to be eating better as the population keeps growing. And the population keeps growing. So are we getting healthier?
I think we are getting healthier because we have a lot of platforms to access that information. We have podcasts, we have social media, and so we have a lot of things that we can look at to be able to try to get information. But what we want to be careful of is the information credible? Is it research-based? Is it correct? And so it's our job here at Extension to be able to dispel myths and then to really be sure that we give our community research-based, fact-based information.
Donna, we have been talking about food deserts
Yes.
on this program for a few years now.
Yes.
What is going on with your position? And I guess we're lucky, first of all, that you're here today because we're on the campus of Central State.
Yes, that's right.
And you normally aren't here.
That is correct. That's because I am based in Dayton. So my office is at our Central State Dayton location, right over on Germantown.
Okay, and as such, a lot of times I know that food deserts tend to be located in urban areas.
That is correct.
So how are you working in the Dayton area to help eliminate, help improve the situation where there are food deserts?
Well, first of all, let me explain what a food desert is. So a food desert is where a person, an individual, family does not have access to healthy foods within a 1-mile radius of where they reside. So with that being said, what Central State University is doing is a couple things. Well, first, we are working to develop urban farmers. So in our branch of our A&R, Ag and Natural Resources, we have what is called an incubator farming program. And we have individuals throughout Montgomery County who have taken on our programs to learn how to do urban farming. Also, we are partnering with existing communities, existing organizations that are already involved in urban farming. We have Homeful. We're also partnering and we'll be reaching out to the Mission of Mary's. So we are working with individuals that are already within Dayton. Gem City Market is another one that I work with. The West Dayton grant that provides resources, instruments, farming equipment to individuals to help them learn about urban farming. So we're partnering with them. Of course, I reach out and I teach audiences throughout Montgomery County, whether it be in community centers, churches, also in schools, to teach people about nutrition and healthy eating. So how we make it from the farm to the plate.
Well, I know we have just come through COVID and all the problems and the shutdowns there, and that's had an impact on food pantries that
Yes, it
are
has.
there to help. And I know I volunteer at a local food pantry back home, and they're having trouble these days getting the food that a lot of organizations have been bringing in the past couple of years. But how are you working? That's got to be the same way that's going on in the Dayton area and in urban areas around the country.
That is true. That is true. And what we're doing is that we, again, are partnering with organizations such as Miami Valley Meals to get those messages out, to let folks know where they can find healthy food consistently. Matter of fact, we're located right next to the Dayton Food Bank, and so we do partner with the Dayton Food Bank, which is a wonderful organization. We partner with Dakota Center, with Wesley Center that have food pantries. And what is really nice is that in my partnership with those entities, I'm able to do classes there and show individuals how to prepare the food that they receive in a healthy sort of way. You know, lots of times, well, I don't want to say it. You know, for a number of years, we kind of gotten away from eating at home. You know, in the quest to do a lot, to be able to, you know, deliver to our kids activities and programs. We start to kind of eat on the run, and then with that comes shortcuts, you know, in eating on the run. And so what's nice about my work with those entities is that when folks come over, they come to a class, they're able to get healthy recipes, they're able to get guidance on how to prepare them, and then also importantly, they're getting guidance on how to stretch their food dollars, how to preserve the food that they have gotten. You know, lots of times when we go to grocery stores, we may get like one-shot meals, you know, that don't last. But I think folks are really realizing that, particularly like in this time, how important it is to be able to stretch their food dollar, to be able to preserve their foods, and also to be sure that they are eating more often. How do I want to say? You know, you make a meal once and then you eat 2 or 3 times.
So in your case, you're using various services that Extension has to offer in combination with other services that Extension
Correct.
has.
We are all about partnerships. We absolutely are.
And so I think it was, for several years now, the one word that I kept hearing was synergy, working together to create the ultimate goal.
That's right. Absolutely. And the entities such as Homeful, Mission of Mary, have been really awesome. The Dayton Food Bank at getting out the message of food insecurity, and then not only getting out the message, but working with the community and being sure that people have healthy meals.
Okay. Now, in the Dayton area, there are some rural areas that you need to reach as well.
Mm-hmm. That is true. And so let me take a pause and not talk so much about Dayton. So in my work as being a regional program assistant, educator for food and healthy eating, I also teach in Preble County and then also here in Greene County. I'm also in Clark County and then other surrounding counties. So we're doing classes in a number of different places.
Do you find it's easy to, since Extension is known about throughout the Mid-America, is it easy to get people involved in Extension?
You know, it is, well, let me say this. We have to really be intentional, and we have been intentional with letting folks know who we are. Because not everyone does know who we are. They've heard about Central certainly as a university, but they don't really know about Extension. So we have been very mindful to get our message out, you know, through our social media platform, through Facebook, through Instagram, and then also we have our regional program associates, and it's their job to go out into the counties, to regions, and partner. You know, be our cheerleaders, be our loudspeakers, and let folks know what we're doing.
Have you been able to find that this is something that people of all ages are interested in finding details?
Absolutely, absolutely, all ages. I mean, I have classes that stretch across the lifespan. I love my seniors too. You know, I have lots of classes where I'm having seniors, and then they are just excited as the kids. The youth that I work with, I try to be very intentional to have them to be hands-on. Because, you know, we can have some fussy, picky eaters, you know, when it comes to kids that are in middle school. But once they start being hands-on with the ingredients that we bring to them, the recipes, they really love being hands-on and learning and doing it for themselves. We just wrapped up a camp last week at our Trotwood location. We had about 25 registry kids, and the kids got in and they got to make their own lunches. I mean, in addition to talking about nutrition, you know, because I can talk and then they can hear it, but I don't want them to feel like they're like always like in school mode. I like to have them to be hands-on and to experience the food, you know, lots of times when you ask kids like, well, where does your food come from? You know, they'll say the grocery store, you know, but we talk to them about farming, where food comes from, what the nutritional value is and why they should be eating it and how to make some healthy choices. And so I think when they are hands-on, it becomes easier for them to make those choices because they've got the experience with the food.
I think oftentimes people, when they realize that we're helping people, that gets people more involved and wanting to help.
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
do you find that there are young people that are finding out about what these programs are all about and how, when you educate them that this particular extension program is coming through Central State University, do you get questions about, for young people or parents of young people, hey, maybe Central State University is a place that you might want to go for your education?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we just wrapped up our Discovery Day camp, you know, and in that camp we had students from Central State to come in and to interact and to help the kids with the activities. But we also have what's called a Seed to Bloom program. And our Seed to Bloom is actually a Seed to Bloom, let me say that correctly, Seed to Bloom, which is actually a 2-week residential camp where students come in, they stay here at the university, they get engaged in farming, they get engaged in learning the beginnings of having a garden, they take field trips. So yeah, it's really exciting. So being here on campus is really exciting for them. And so it gets to kind of, you know, spark their curiosity about what it is, what it means to be at a university. And so, yeah, so definitely.
So, Donna, thank you very much for being with us.
Yeah, this has been nice. This has been nice. We'd have to do it again.
Oh, definitely. We've been visiting with Donna Kuykendall. Donna, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And stay with us. Back with more when we continue with In Ohio Country Today.